let us consider the design of single tune filter. On the left hand side, observe that there is a diagram, simple single tune filter diagram, series RLC circuit with one end connected to the line and other end connected to the ground. And the aim of this particular section of study is to design a single tune filter, arrive at a criteria depending upon various design parameters. Fine. So for designing, we have to consider the equivalent circuit of single tune filter, right? So this is the equivalent circuit. You can see it consists of one current source IN, right? Then filter impedance ZFN connected in parallel with the AC network impedance ZSN, system network, the system impedance, okay, network impedance. So this is a Norton's equivalent circuit. You might recollect that in the network theorems we come across various tools for analyzing larger networks, isn't it? And this is one such application, that a current source, Norton's current source, right? The short circuit current across the AC network terminals where we want to find out where 11th harmonic is present. Then this is the nth harmonic filter impedance, and everywhere you can see this is suffix is n, right? This n indicates that we are trying to draw the equivalent circuit for the nth harmonic. So if we draw the equivalent circuit for 11th harmonic, so this particular branch is for 11th harmonic, so this is I11, ZF11, ZSN. I mean, the circuit impedance consists of not only resistance but also the inductances and capacitances. So all of them have to be calculated for 11th harmonic, because we are trying to eliminate, let us say, 11th harmonic in this case. So we are designing a filter, replacing it by nth harmonic current source, because on the AC side the harmonics are in the form of current. So current harmonic we want to eliminate. That's why Norton's equivalent circuit is drawn. Okay. Consequently, you can see the standard notations have been mentioned here, that ZFN is the filter impedance at nth harmonic, ZSN is a network impedance at nth harmonic, and N is the order of harmonic that we would like to eliminate. Okay. So then we quickly write this is a derivation sort of thing where you can realize the filter impedance ZFN is equal to general expression ZF is equal to R plus J omega L minus 1 upon omega C R plus J XL minus XC, isn't it? This is the filter impedance. Then we substitute the resonance condition and also substitute the order of the harmonic as a next step, and there is some derivation part is there, so that we can of course understand the design of filter very well. Fine. So observe here, omega L is equal to 1 upon omega C, but this will happen only for the nth harmonic frequency. This will not happen. We don't substitute omega to be equal to twice pi f, where f is equal to 50 hertz. Rather it is the nth harmonic. Let us say 11th harmonic. So it will be twice pi f for the 11th harmonic. So that is 11 times of 50. So that when substituted, it will be omega n equal to 1 upon under root LC, isn't it? So we solve this equation and arrive at the condition for the resonance. Then we know the definition for the Q factor for AC filter, that is Q is equal to XL upon R. We substitute XL. So in that XL we substitute the value of omega n. And of course we can write this omega n is equal to XL upon R, and since due to resonance XL is equal to 1 upon XC, isn't it? So that's why we can substitute in terms of XC as well, 1 upon omega NCR. So omega L replaced by 1 upon omega C here, and therefore we are able to write the value of inductance will be q times of r upon omega n, and similarly the value of c will be equal to 1 upon omega n r times of q. So these two equations are very important. Okay, we have to remember them very well. This is the equation for calculating inductance of the filter, and similarly for calculating the capacitance of the filter. So what does these two equations suggest? These two equations, they suggest that inductor, the filter inductance and the filter capacitance, it is dependent upon Q factor, of course, okay, resistance of the filter, right, and then omega n. See, out of most of these factors, isn't it? Most of these factors, let us say resistance of the circuit, it will remain fairly constant, isn't it? That is the filter circuit. Similarly, the Q factor, once it is chosen to have certain tuning, so this will be some optimum value, okay. But the very sensitive part of this particular equation is omega n. This is let us say for 11th harmonic, this will be 11 times of 50 hertz. Provided your supply frequency is exactly constant at 50 hertz. Let us imagine that supply frequency varies by some 0.2, 0.1 hertz, okay, due to variation in load, due to some problems on the generator side, okay, some generator swinging in that case. So what will happen is that this frequency may vary, and accordingly the value of L and C will also vary. And as value of L and C varies, there is a possibility that the resonance will not be struck. I mean, omega L will not be always be equal to 1 upon omega C, as omega itself is changing. We have selected this component assuming that this is for the 11th harmonic, but due to variation in frequency, this may be, let us say, the harmonic frequency that is being substituted here may be something like 10th harmonic or something like that, as per the variation in the frequency. Okay, so these variations must be accounted for. So let us observe here down at the bottom first, that variation in the power supply frequency. There is a variation in the power supply frequency resulting in the proportional change in the harmonic frequency. Harmonic frequency will get changed. Consequently, resonance cannot be struck. So impedance may not offer, the tuning will not be there, isn't it? Then the second impact is due to the changes in the value of inductances and capacitance itself due to aging and temperature variation. Okay, the values of inductance and capacitance also vary to some extent due to over a period of time, due to temperature changes, due to maybe some aging, okay, insulation quality or the insulator medium inside, okay, it may lose its certain properties, so that will account for aging, isn't it? So if these changes occur, naturally the filter tuning will not be critical. I mean, it may not be able to eliminate the desired harmonics, right? So a detuning factor is introduced. There is a detuning factor. Okay. So we consider that some variations are there in the frequency, and similarly some variations are there in the value of inductance and capacitance. So variation in the frequency is considered by using this particular factor represented delta, which is actual frequency minus nth harmonic frequency divided by nth harmonic frequency. So there is actual frequency is slightly different from the nth harmonic. So omega minus omega n upon omega n. This should be minimum. This should be the numerator. This omega must be equal to omega n. Okay, so delta will be equal to 0. So detuning will be negligible, isn't it? So as a consequence, what happens is that the variable omega n will be now replaced by omega n plus delta times of omega n, isn't it? Some variation some slight variation, maybe 2%, 5%, it is there. So that is accounted by increasing omega n by a small fraction. This delta should be 0, so that omega n dash will be equal to omega n. But if it is not, so we take into account the largest variation in order to minimize any error in the filter operation. Okay. Consequently, what will happen is that two new equations are obtained for inductor and capacitor. That is, the omega n value is now replaced by omega n dash. It varies with respect to the frequency, and as a consequence, the modified filter impedance equation will get changed. You can see here that this is omega n times of L, so plus 1 plus delta is getting introduced. Similarly here plus 1 upon omega c, isn't it? The second term here. Okay, so changes have occurred. Now we are going to substitute, we are going to find out the admittance from this equation, right? And hence find out the voltage drop across the filter branch and try to optimize it. So observe carefully that this is ZFN, the equation is written. So some amount of simplification can be done here. Okay, and we are just substituting omega n dash in terms of omega n. So omega n dash is equal to 1 plus delta. Okay, and then we try to simplify, substitute L in terms of QR upon omega n. Similarly, C equal to in terms of 1 upon omega n RQ. Okay, so replacing L and C also in terms of omega n, on omega n dash also in terms of omega n, and then later on we try to simplify this, so the equation becomes like this. And as the value of delta, it is generally very small, we are expecting it to be 0 if we consider very good quality components, and as a consequence delta square will be still smaller value. So bit of simplification occurs in the equation for the filter impedance, that is R plus J twice R Q delta, isn't it? And from this impedance value we evaluate the admittance. So this is a bit of a derivation part, so you can understand it. The main steps I am just explaining here, but you have to just revise it slightly in order to understand it better. So this is admittance is calculated from this filter value, filter impedance. Okay, and simplified by 1 upon ZFN, to substitute this one. Okay, and then this being a complex quantity, we simplify this by multiplying numerator and denominator by 1 minus J twice Q delta. Okay, and try to simplify this. Let us move ahead. After simplifying the equation for filter admittance, we arrive at such a term, isn't it, in terms of R, delta and Q. We can see that L and C, they are eliminated for simplicity in evaluation, but their impact is present in the form of Q factor. Okay, the harmonic voltage is then calculated as Vn is equal to In upon admittance. So if you recollect the original equivalent circuit, there was a one current source in parallel with two impedances. So we have converted those to the admittances. Consequently, the voltage drop can be written as I into Z or I into 1 upon Y. So observe that Y is actually sum of the admittances due to filter, okay, and then due to the system. So filter admittance plus the system admittance. After substituting, the equation becomes somewhat more complex, isn't it? So here there are two terms again, the GSN and then BSN. Okay, conductance and susceptance with respect to the network. And now ultimate aim is that we want to minimize the value of Vn. We would like to minimize the value of Vn so that there is a minimum voltage appearing for the nth harmonic across the filter in network. Okay, so this voltage we would like to minimize. So let us check with the further part of the derivation. See, what is clearly mentioned here is that the minimum value of Vn can be achieved based on various factors. First is the size of filter. It is decided by the cost that we defined earlier. Okay, capacitor size is decided by the size of the filter. Q factor, this can be optimized, and detuning factor, it is set to maximum. Detuning at the initial itself, we assume it to be, let us say, 5% or something, depending upon the past experience, and we try to optimize the value of Q for minimizing the value of Vn, drop across filter impedance, voltage drop, right? And while doing so, there is a substitution for conductance of network, that is admittance cos phi Sn, and susceptance Ysn sin phi Sn. This negative sign is because the network impedance is mostly inductive, and phi Sn represents the network impedance angle, whose value generally lies in the range of 60 to 75 degrees, depending upon the composition of resistance and inductance in the network. Okay, so on substitution and simplification, we try to take the derivative of Vn of that equation that we have seen in the earlier slide with respect to Q factor, because we have specified that other two parameters, they are fixed by the cost, and detuning is assumed to be some certain maximum value that can be expected based on certain experience of aging, right, and variation in the frequency. So Q factor is the only parameter that will be fine-tuned, okay, in order to minimize Vn, and that equation is obtained here as optimum value of Q factor is 1 plus cos phi Sn upon twice delta sin phi Sn. So this is a very, very important equation, right? We have to remember it's a very, very important equation that is used for design of single tune filter. Optimum value of Q factor that will bring about critical tuning of for one particular frequency, 1 plus cos phi Sn upon twice delta sin phi Sn, where cos phi Sn and sin phi Sn. Okay, phi Sn is the network impedance angle, right? Now let us check with the design procedure for single tune filter. So this is actually mainly calculation how filter design starts. So filter first step is first the size of the capacitor is obtained using the MVR requirement, using size of the filter. Okay. So this depends upon the MVR requirement. Fine. Then using this particular equation of nth harmonic resonance, we can calculate C is obtained from here for a rated system voltage, right? So that C can be substituted, and we know which harmonic frequency to eliminate. We can find out L here. Fine. And knowing the value of phi Sn, delta and Q optimum, okay, we can always calculate the value of R. The value of R can be obtained. Okay. So we have we have determined the value of C, we have determined the value of L, and lastly we determine the value of R. As a consequence, we are ready with the complete single tuned filter elements, right? Let us start with the discussion on design of high pass filter. In the earlier video, we have considered the design of single tune filter. We are going to continue with the design for high pass filter. Please observe the diagram is indicated here on the right hand side. This is a second order type of high pass filter consisting of three components, RLC, and the filter is designed to provide low impedance for frequencies above a select cutoff frequency, right? So let F0 be the lowest of the frequency band, F0 be the cutoff frequency, right, from where all higher order frequencies we would like to eliminate, right? So for a 6 pulse converter, generally 17th order harmonic and higher frequencies are considered to be eliminated with the high pass filter. On the other hand, for a 12 pulse operation, which is normally most of the HVDC substations, they operate with 12 pulse operation. So 23rd harmonic and higher frequencies, including 23rd, they are eliminated with the single high pass filter. There may be a question that why all the frequencies are eliminated by a single filter, unlike for the lower order frequencies where we use individual single tune filters for 11th and 13th harmonic, right? The answer is very simple, is that as the order of harmonics goes on increasing, the magnitude of these harmonics it goes on proportionately decreasing, and consequently for harmonics of the order higher than 25th harmonic or 50th harmonic, they can be eliminated by using a simple single high pass filter. The design is also very circuit is also straightforward. Here we can check with now for such a circuit, if we do a bit of analysis for a cutoff frequency of F0, the relationship for cutoff frequency with respect to the filter components is F0 is equal to 1 upon twice pi CR. Analysis of this kind of circuit, of course, you study at the secondary level in the network theory, right? So here you won't be required to derive this directly. It's an application. F0 is equal to 1 upon twice pi CR, subject to the condition that the filter will offer low impedance, lowest of the impedance for frequency higher than and equal to F0, right? Then for designing the filter, the relationship between various parameters of the circuit is defined by a factor m, small m equal to L upon CR square. In order to have elimination of select band of frequencies, a factor is defined, m is equal to L upon CR square, where this factor lies in the range of 0.5 to 5. Okay, there is a range over which if we substitute the ratio, then it will be possible for us to design the filter. So it is clear that the starting point is a cutoff frequency which correlates the circuit capacitance with the resistance. So let us say we want to eliminate the 23rd harmonic, isn't it? So this will be 23 times of 50 hertz. We can get the value of F0. So F0 will be known to us prior. Okay. Then next is we would like to substitute the value of capacitance from the size of the filter. We know how much reactive power is required for the HVDC substation, right? Let us say the total reactive power requirement for the HVDC substation, it is let us say 100 MVAR, and if there are 5 capacitor filters, filter banks, right? So that will be equally divided among these 5 filters, and each one will supply 20 MVAR. And from there we know that if capacitor has to supply 20 MVAR, right, for a frequency of 23rd harmonic elimination, then it is possible to arrive at the value of C. So by knowing F0, by knowing C, we can always obtain the value of R from here. And then the next equation is used by substituting C and R and assuming a suitable value for M lying in the range of 0.5 to 5, we can calculate the value of L. So we know value of C from the size of filter. For a given frequency, we can calculate the value of R, right? And lastly, by putting M, C and R, we can calculate L. So all the 3 components can be evaluated. So this is a design procedure for the high pass filter. Let us check with the steps here. First one, determining C from the size of the filter, right, that is MVAR requirement. Then determining R from the equation for F0, right, and lastly assuming M, we can find out the value of L. So all 3 components. It may be noted here that high pass filters, they are not sensitive to the fundamental frequency. Slight variation in the fundamental frequency will not affect the operation of a high pass filter. So in other words, we can say that the tuning of high pass filter is not critical with respect to the fundamental frequency. We just have to select one cutoff frequency, and a slight variation, even if it occurs, so it will be able to take care of all higher order frequencies. So since it is taking care of a band of frequency, that's why the critical tuning is not required here, okay, and it is not sensitive to fundamental frequency deviation. And lastly, the parameters F0 and L, that is the cutoff frequency and the value of L, is chosen to obtain sufficiently low impedance. And for that, the value of M that is practically chosen lies in the range of 0.5 to 2. So earlier I have specified that is 0.5 to 5, but for the purpose of calculations, generally we assume the value of M in the range of 0.5 to 2. Usually the value of 1.5 or 2 is assumed for calculation purpose, or let us say if some example is asked, so you can assume M to be equal to 2, right? So this is the idea, and this is the design for high pass filter. So we have learned design of single tune filters, right? It will be able to eliminate prominent frequency harmonics 11, 13, and we have seen the design of high pass filter, which will eliminate all other frequencies. For the non-characteristic harmonics also, we will be able to use single tuned filter. Okay, so let us say for the 3rd harmonic, again the design procedure will be same as what we have seen for earlier for a single tuned filter. Whether it is characteristic harmonic, all we have to do is just substitute the value of characteristic harmonic frequency. If it is 11th harmonic, 11 into 50 is the value of omega n, and if it is 3rd harmonic, then naturally it will be equal to omega n will be equal to 3 times of 50 hertz if the fundamental frequency is 50 hertz. So design of single tune filters and high pass filters have been explained till this section, right? Now next we are going to move ahead and define the detuning factor with respect to the filter design. Okay, very important, as you will realize that there are various components that are being used in the filters, and these components are actually like R, L and C, isn't it? It is observed that over a period of time there is a change in the value of inductance, and as well as capacitance due to the aging effect, right, or due to continuous duty on operation, insulation deterioration. And so also there is a change in the supply frequency. So earlier, if you remember, while doing the single tune filter design, right, we were able to work on the phenomena of defining variation in the frequency due to some or the other factor, maybe the load changes and all that, isn't it? And in the process, it will be possible that we did not consider the variation of inductance and capacitance as a part of this particular derivation for or design of single tune filter, isn't it? So if there is a variation in the if there is a variation in the frequency, so also in the value capacitance and inductance, then this detuning factor can be defined as given by the equation here. Delta is equal to delta F upon F plus 1 by 2 times delta L by L plus delta C by C, where